Good evening, wrestling fans. Hope you all having a good work week so far. Well, another edition of WWE Monday Night Raw is in the books, and it was an exciting show last night. It was the first U.S. Raw show since the WWE was on their European tour. Last night's show, or Raw, I should say, took place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Raw kicked off with the Usos kicking off Raw. First, you hear Jey Uso's music pop. He comes out through the crowd, and then not too far behind that, you see his brother Jimmy come out. They come out through the crowd, come down to the ring. They're both standing in the ring. As usual, Jey Uso says, "The Uso is in your city." They both start talking. They bring up the division. They get interrupted by Braun Strowman and Braun Breaker. Of course, Paul Heyman did come out because he was around. So the two of them come out. They have words with the Usos. And basically, they exchange words with the Usos, go back and forth. Jey Uso tells Braun Strowman and Braun Breaker that we've talked to Adam Pearce and a separate match. The Usos versus Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman at WrestlePalooza. Both Braun Strowman and Braun Breaker accepted the challenge. Not too far after that, you see LA Knight appear from behind, attacking Braun Breaker and Braun Strowman. They attacked them. The three of them worked their way down to the ring, and all of a sudden you see the Usos, LA Knight, Braun Strowman, and Braun Breaker go at each other, and that's how the segment ends. I thought it was an okay segment. I didn't think it was that great of a segment, but it was okay. It was a decent segment. The first match of the night was LA Styles versus Grande Americano. This actually was a pretty good match. I thought both AJ Styles and Grande Americano put on a good performance in the ring. I have no complaints about it. AJ Styles picks up the win over El Grande Americano. The third match was Live Valkyrie and Valkyrie versus Valkyrie Rodriguez. Now this was a great match. I thought both Live Valkyrie and Valkyrie Rodriguez put on a very good performance in the ring. Very good performance, both of them. I was very impressed of their work last night in the ring. Have no complaints. Live Valkyrie manages to pick up the win over Live Valkyrie. Next is we had the AJ Lee promo segment. She put on such a great promo last night in the ring last night on Raw. Basically, you hear music pop on. She comes down to the ring. Basically, she reintroduces herself to the crowd because the younger fans obviously don't know her because they're too young. So basically, she says, 10 years ago, I retired from wrestling. Can't believe it's 10 years ago. She basically said that she went on a journey, accomplish a few things. She went on a mental health journey. She saw a therapist, and all of a sudden you see the fans say, therapy, therapy, therapy. And that she went through all this after she left WWE. She just tells the fans, I'm your favorite wrestler. That's what she said it. Don't know what that meant, but she said that. So basically, she just says she went through a tough time after WWE. She went through like a mental health journey, saw a therapist, and got herself all fixed up. And I think she did not age one bit, AJ Styles, one bit. I think she looks the same as she did when she last appeared on WWE programming, but she looked good. Then she brings up Becky Lynch. She says, I was once friends with Becky Lynch. She says that she's a credible wrestler. She's like, and she says until she was messing with her husband, CM Punk. Becky Lynch comes out all irate and furious because AJ Lee has had her title wrapped around her waist, and she demanded to give back her title. Of course, the fans were booing Becky Lynch. They were all over her. Then she calls out her husband, Seth Rollins. He comes out to the ring and says, listen, let's make this plain simple and make it easy ourselves. If you give Becky back her title, we will leave quietly and forget about this whole thing ever happened. Well, what happened? What happens next? Oh, of course, AJ Lee tells Becky, you have two choices. Either you come here and get your belt and risk yourself getting beat up by, AJ Lee, or I will give you back my title only if you accept my challenge to a tag team match. Seth Rollins not happy hearing that. He comes in the ring, says AJ, listen, I know you haven't been around WWE for a while. You just came back, but you can't just be making matches left and right. I'm the World Heavyweight Championship. This is my show. Then all of a sudden, you see CM Punk come out from behind him, come down to the ring, goes right past Becky Lynch, goes to the ring, goes right after Seth Rollins, picks him up, gives him like some sort of a body slam. They go at each other. Seth Rollins rolls out of the ring, all furious, and says, fine, if that's what you want, if you want a mixed tag team match at WrestlePalooza, you're on. So it's official. The match that they're all saying that will probably happen has been made official. At WrestlePalooza, we're going to have a mixed tag team match. Seth Rollins versus Becky Lynch versus versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. So we're finally going to get this mixed tag team match. I'm glad that was made official. As far as the segment goes, I thought it was a pretty good segment. Like I said, I love AJ Lee's promo segment. It was great. She spoke well. She reintroduced herself. She reintroduced herself. She gave her reasons why she left WWE and what she went through after leaving WWE. I'm glad she's back. So I enjoyed this segment so much. She gave a great promo. So it's been official. We're gonna have that mixed tag team match. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch versus Punk and AJ Lee. We had a one-on-one match, Penta versus Rusev. This was actually a pretty good match. I thought it was a pretty good match. Penta and Rusev put on a pretty good performance in the ring. I have no complaints about it. Of course, Rusev won the match over Penta. Not surprised there, but I thought it was a decent match. Now, we had Nikki Bella versus Asuka. I didn't think this was the greatest matches between these two, between Nikki Bella and Asuka. It was an okay match. I'm not going to go far as that was a 5-star match, but it was a decent, okay match. Asuka, of course, defeats Nikki Bella, but it was a decent match. It was an okay match. Like I said, I'm not going to go far as it being a 5-star match, but it was okay. And last but not least, we had the LA Knight versus Bronson Reed main event. I thought this was a good match. Basically, LA Knight and Bronson Reed went back and forth with each other of who had the upper hand in the match, went back and forth. I thought Bronson Reed dominated the match for the majority of the time. But I thought it was a good match. Of course, we had interference as usual. Interference afterwards. Bronson Reed, of course, picked up the win over LA Knight. And after Bronson Reed picked up the win over LA Knight, you see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker beating the whole hell out of LA Knight. Jimmy Uso comes to the aid to LA Knight. He gets beat up. Then his brother Jay comes out, gets involved in the match, and now he gets involved. And all of a sudden you see Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker beating the whole hell out of LA Knight. Beating up on LA Knight, Jimmy Uso, and Jay Uso. Eventually, the Usos overcame the attack by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. And you see Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed leave the ring and go up the ramp to the stage. Then you see and I go over to Jay Uso, picks him up and says, "We're good." I guess then he goes over to Jimmy Uso, helps him up. Then all of a sudden, and I didn't expect this, Jay Uso super kicks LA Knight, and Jimmy Uso tells Jay Uso, "What did you do that for?" And Jay Uso, "Now we're good." So judging by judging by the way Raw ended, it looks like Jay Uso is starting to make a heel turn. Not a full heel turn, but judging by what happened at the end of Raw, that we're starting to see the level of a heel turn from Jay Uso. So 2 matches were set up last May 5th. So the mixed tag team match between CM Punk, AJ Lee versus Rollins versus Becky Lynch. And our match that was manifesto was the Usos versus Braun Breaker and Braun Reed. So although I thought last night's Raw was an exciting show, there were some dull spots, but all in all, I think it was an exciting show. So happy that AJ Lee is back. I'm thrilled that she's back. Glad that's not gonna be a one-off, because I heard that she signed a full-time multi-year deal, so it's not gonna be one-off. But all in all, I thought Raw was a good show last night. Now tonight is NXT on the CW. I'm sure it's gonna be an exciting show, because NXT always puts on a good show, especially ever since they started this crossover between TNA and NXT. So it's a big exciting show. That's about it. Before I end this video, please, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my channel with subscribers, so if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hope you have a great Tuesday evening.